Hello and welcome back to our show. Once again, I'm Eleanor Baker and this is The Late Show. Now our guest tonight is very special. He was a child laborer and now he is a doctor. Let's give a warm welcome to Leonard Reed.
Hi Eleanor, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So Leonard, I understand you have a lot of experience with child labor. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, I do have a lot of experience. It all started when I immigrated from Britain to America in 1916. My family and I went through Ellis Island. It was extremely difficult for us. There were 10 to 20,000 people there. All of us wanting us to live the American dream.
Wow, that must have been very difficult to live through.
It was. A few days later my family moved from New York to Pittsburgh and it took 15 days to go there. Also I found a job in a nearby steel factory because my family needed more money to pay our rent.
So, can you tell us about that?
Yes. When I entered the steel factory I told the manager that I was experienced in welding. They didn't care too much about my experience and put me on another job.
What was your job?
I was supposed to take out loose pieces of steel before they were welded together with the finished steel. I guess the managers placed me there because I was a child and I had very small hands. That's how they took advantage of children during the Industrial Revolution. Also, I worked for 8 to 10 hours a day in a gross, smelly, moldy and no-windowed room.
Did you have any help with this job?
Yes. I had a partner named David Green.
What was his job?
He had the same job as me.
Did anything happen to either of you while at the factory?
Well, one day we were working and I couldn't reach a piece of steel. David was about to pick it up when suddenly his hand became stuck. It was welded to some loose pieces. Later that day, the manager came over and fired him. The boss did not care that David was injured. He was only worried about making money, so David was of no use to him.
After the accident, did you see David ever again?
Shortly after, I saw David playing the trumpet and people were throwing money into the trumpet's case. I felt very badly for him.
That is very interesting, Leonard. How did you eventually find your way out of child labor?
It wasn't easy, but I finally escaped with the help from a woman called Mother Jones.
Who is this, Mother Jones?
Mother Jones was a woman who went on marches with children. She showed people what child labor was doing to children. She showed them children with missing fingers, hunched backs, and told how they were not being educated. Finally, the government listened to Mother Jones and created laws against child labor. Once these laws were passed, children were not allowed to work in factories anymore, and then they received an education.
Well, that is an incredible story. Thank you for being here with us. That's all we have time for tonight. Once again, I'm Eleanor Baker.
And I'm Leonard Reed.